Well, for more on the state of South Africa's economy, I spoke with Kuseni Dlamini, chairman at Massmart Holdings, the second largest distributor of consumer goods in Africa. And I started by asking him for his take on the State of the Nation address.
I think it was a fantastic and comprehensive State of the Nation speech that really showed that there is a good appreciation by the president of the economic challenges facing South Africa, and that he and his team have got the right response mechanisms to be able to address the challenges that face the South African economy, the low growth that we've faced in the past year, and the issues around infrastructure, the challenges facing our state-owned companies, the need for reforms, the need for energy security, especially the far-reaching announcement around the restructuring of our power utility, Eskom, and the issue of dealing with some of the structural challenges in our education system and fixing the education system. As it is with these things, the challenge is in the execution, and I think that's where South Africa usually falls short.
Let's start with the state-owned enterprise, the reforms you mentioned, Eskom. Talk about how much of an issue that is for the economy, as well as this proposed breakup of Eskom.
Eskom accounts for over 90% of South Africa's electricity. So it is systemically important to the South African economy. Simply put, if Eskom sneezes, South Africa catches flu. And Eskom is actually too big to fail for South Africa. And without fixing Eskom, without making sure that it's efficient and it can deliver energy security, the rest of the economy cannot be able to unlock its full growth potential. South Africa has done an excellent job over the last 5-6 years in rolling out independent power producer programs. What we refer to as the Renewable Energy Independent Power Producer Program, one of the best in the world that has been rolled out, really trying to diversify the energy mix, moving away from traditional reliance on coal to what's renewable energy, which is a great move indeed.
I did want to get to South Africa's retail industry. Tell us more about that, and especially given what's going on with global markets.
The retail industry in South Africa is fairly matured and very competitive, which is great for customers. And as retailers, we always have to innovate, come out with the right products at the right price, right quality, and really make sure that we're there for our customers day in and day out. Our mission as Massmart is to help people save money so that they can live better. We've got over 48,000 employees that are assisting us in doing that day in and day out. But we're also looking at opportunities to expand beyond South African borders, expanding into West Africa, into East Africa, and other parts of the continent where there are opportunities for growth. In the rest of Africa, the penetration of formal retail is still very low, which presents exciting opportunities for retailers such as us.
And in terms of South Africa's relationship with China, obviously China in the middle of a trade standoff with the United States, and also looking in terms of investment opportunities between China and South Africa. Where does South Africa stand on this?
Yeah, I think South Africa welcomes Chinese investment. China's role is well recognized in the South African economy and across Africa. China and South Africa are both members of the BRICS group of emerging markets. And the relationship between the two countries is very, very close. And South African companies are constantly looking at the opportunities in the Chinese market and vice versa. There's a very strong and very active trade and investment relationship between China and South Africa and the rest of the continent.
And over the next 12 months, what do you see as the biggest challenges and also the biggest drivers for South Africa's economy?
I mean, the biggest driver is really the issue around energy. It's very important. Infrastructure is very key. The digital economy is looming large. It's a growth sector. Cape Town is emerging as the Silicon Valley of sub-Saharan Africa, and the South African government is doing a lot of good work to try and encourage that sector. It loomed large in the State of the Nation speech that the president gave last night here in South Africa. And a lot of other sectors. Manufacturing is becoming very important. The new initiatives, policy initiatives being driven by the government to try and encourage world-class manufacturing into South Africa. There is a lot of work that needs to be done there in terms of building the capabilities, but we are seeing some successes. Us as a retailer, we are very strong in terms of local sourcing. We look at local suppliers, local manufacturers who manufacture their products locally in South Africa. We support them, we source from them, we partner with them so that we can grow our business and they can also grow their businesses.